Divine greetings and gratitude. Welcome to the Saiyonan archives. If you are new here, my name is Nuna. I am the seer, the poet, the writer, the witch of the Saiyonan archives, as well as the keeper. Welcome to your new spiritual safe haven. And if you are returning, hey tribe, welcome back to our sacred space. I'm always honored, excited, and elated to be in your presence. Let's go ahead and get into a quick reading because I wanted to just give you guys a bit more readings, of course, like we've been doing. By the way, if you guys hear anything in the background, it's because my 3-year-old is up. He just woke up from a nap, so he's kind of, he's up, he's energized and whatnot. So please forgive whatever noise and things you may be hearing in the background. I'll do the best that I can to block the noise out. But for the sake of this, I just want to let you know that I do feel some really, really, really strong energy. And with that energy does come the idea of breakthrough. Now, there's something that I was very drawn to doing this time that I haven't done in a while, and that is use my dice. So I actually have some dice here that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be throwing these actually. Yeah, I'm going to be throwing this dice for the reading, for this reading. And I'm also going to be using this Lenormand deck as well as this Goddess Oracle. I believe it's by Colette Baron Reed. It's the Goddess Power Oracle or something like that. I'm going to be working with that, as well as Tarot of Traditions, this tarot deck. So we're going to be working with that. I was going to use some fortune telling cards here to my right, but I'm going to save that for another day. And I want to focus my attention on the key. So this key was something that came on, I think it was an antler that I have, where I got it from a spiritual shop. I believe it was like last year around this time. Was it around this time? It might have been somewhere like around this time, or maybe like earlier in the month last year of September. And I remember getting this antler. I don't know if I have it close to me. As a matter of fact, I actually do have it close to me. I'm just going to go ahead and pull it out real quick because that's where this key came from. And for whatever reason, this key, it kept coming off for whatever reason. And I was like, okay, why does this key keep coming off? So what I ended up doing was I set this key on, and if you can see it here, I set the key on my not a desk, but on my shelf over here, because I keep all of my tarot and oracle decks on their own shelf. Like I have a whole shelf dedicated to tarot and just oracle. Like I'm not even joking. There's also an altar that sits on top of the shelf. It's a big brown cabinet. And then at the very bottom, I've got some red bricks and like a couple other things that really don't matter, and like a candle and some crystals. But for the most part, everything right there is nothing but just tarot and oracle decks that I've collected over the years, over the past 6 or 7 years, perhaps. I don't know. Let me know down in the comment section if you want to see that. But anyway, so I set this key on top of there and I kept going back to it, and I was just kind of looking at it and whatnot. And every time, like I said, every time I would go back to the shelf, I would look at this key and I'm like, well, now it's not the right time to work with it. Now it's not the right time to work with it. Now it's not the right time to put it on camera. But for whatever reason today, I was drawn to this. And it's so interesting because what drew me to doing this reading was the fact that, for one, I was going to do the reading earlier, but then I was really tired because the kids woke up super early and I was like, yo. So then I was like, you know what? Let me just go ahead and, try to get a little bit of rest. But then my fiance came in. Yes, you heard that right. My fiance. My fiance came in and he was talking to me and it like woke me up, and I was like, okay, well, I was about to go to sleep, but whatever. So after he gave me the massage, I ended up like getting up because like I just couldn't go back to sleep. So then something came over me and I was like, I need to go ahead and do that reading because now I'm energized. Now I'm ready to come on camera to give my soul tribe the messages that I need to hear. And after that, I'm going to do a workout, all these other things. But anyway, why am I saying all this? I'm saying all this because there's something that I feel is like a spark or like an activation or something that is being unlocked. Like there's something that is opening up for someone, and there's something that's happening in someone's life where they feel like they've been stuck, they've been stagnant, they've been hiding, they've been just kind of behind the scenes, they've been doing things privately, and they've been doing things under the radar out of fear of being seen or out of fear of, whatever it may be, out of fear of success. For some of you guys, it is a fear of success where you feel like, wow, the weight of what I can do. I feel like it will ripple across humanity, but I'm afraid because I'm not used to being seen so much. And I feel like there's something that may be activated within yourself that spirit is calling you to pay attention to. So this reading is not going to be a pick a deck reading, but this reading is just simply going to be for whoever needs to hear it. It is timeless, and I do feel strongly there is a strong pull, there is a strong opening. Like it just feels like someone is being pulled towards a door, and then for so long they've paced back and forth. Should I open this door? Should I go into it? Should I open it and peek? Like, should I go beyond this door? And then next thing you know, the door just swings right open, and it's like you now have to enter because you've been spending so much of your time trying to figure out if you should open the door. You've tried opening the door, but your hesitancy is what kept the door locked. There's something about you no longer being hesitant, you being absolutely sure. Sometimes it comes in one of those things where you see something and then it just makes you realize something, like, you know what, I've been in my head a lot. I seen something, and like now I can't unsee that thing. And now this lets me know that I no longer have any excuses because someone else has done what I've done, or someone else is doing what I'm doing. And you would think that, I mean, you could think whatever you want to think, but for some people, they think this way. Like, this person appears that they've had it worse than me. And here I am, right, making excuses for myself because I'm fooled by the idea that I have to show up in a certain way. And I know that that's been a common theme amongst people in my soul tribe, amongst the people that I talk to behind the scenes. And I'm noticing that they've been slowly but surely unlocking themselves. And I also, too, have felt this energy as well. Like, I'm not going to make it seem like it's not me either, but I know that it's not just me. I know that the spirit sometimes wants me to give you guys messages to be relatable because I'm coming from a real experience. And this reading is not about me. This reading is about you. And I want you to please understand that. The reason why I'm saying all this is because I do feel the word is like falling short. Like, someone may have felt like they were like falling short, or some things were just like falling short in their lives or whatever else. Or maybe they felt like, or maybe you felt like you just can have so much more blessings and things like that. And I don't know why, but there's just like idea of gratitude. Some people, or you yourself, may have experienced a level of gratitude, and you're just like, well, how much gratitude do I have to have before things should start playing out in a way that is favorable for me? How much do I have to lose before I actually gain something, before I feel like there's something that happens to me that is worth celebrating? And it's interesting because you do have the Five of Cups here along with the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands did come out first. And I just heard the word grievance. It's like, how much do I have to grieve before things start to play out, or before they start to actually work out for the better for me? And that's the energy that I'm seeing. It's like some of you, or this could just simply be one person that I'm talking to, who knows, like this could be one soul, where it's like, I feel like I've lost so much in life. Like, so many things have happened to me, so many disappointments, and so many things that were unfavorable to where I can't even believe that there's anything in my life that is worth celebrating. And Spirit is saying is that you have the power to change that, but I'm also giving you the key to unlock that. And no matter how many times you've dropped this key, no matter how many times you've lost this key, you will always find it. It will never lose you, and you will never lose it. There may have been a point in time where you weren't in alignment with it, but that doesn't mean that it's not for you. This key is yours. The key that I speak of, that Spirit speaks of, is yours. This is your key. And this is what Spirit is saying is unlocking for you. What is unlocking for you is opportunities, investments, money, resources, tools, a team. These things are unlocking for you. I know that there are people who watch my videos and whatnot, who are in the public eye, who work with, certain people, who have worked with celebrities and, whatever else. Not that celebrities are more important than us, but I'm just saying that there are, numbers of people who do watch, maybe like behind the scenes and whatnot, maybe a few, but who watch, who have major followings, who have a whole team of people. And maybe there's something in your life that is also unlocking. Maybe you're unlocking the next level of your career. Maybe you're unlocking more growth and potential. And I just heard the word setback. Whatever setbacks you've been having, I do feel like that's a major turnaround that's happening for you. Also, the fact that you do have here like the Nine of Swords, there's something about the word scarcity that's coming through. A team, exactly. The fact that you have the Three of Pentacles here, this to me is looking like there's some things where you've been trying to put yourself out there. You've been doing everything you possibly can, and things have been they've been falling through. They've been falling short. But now what I'm seeing is that you're about to be surrounded by a new group of people who really do have your best interest at heart. There are certain things that I am seeing that is 100% unlocking. I see new team members. I see people who actually have your best interest at heart. I see celebration. I see a new home for some of you. This Four of Wands here is coming to me as a new home. And I also do see here with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse that the right opportunities and the right investments are coming. And it's interesting that I say that because I feel like whenever you see the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, immediately some people think, oh, drainage and, whatever else. Well, that may be true. I don't look at just what the cards are saying. I simply pick up on what I feel. And what I feel is that some of you have lots of things that are pouring in, that could pour in. The way that you unlock whatever these things are, if you still feel stuck, if you feel like you don't know what to do, if you feel like you're not sure what to do, the first thing you can start doing is taking care of yourself. The fact that you do have here the Empress in reverse, this is pointing to someone that really does need to take care of themselves. Self-care routine, do their hair, do your makeup if you wear makeup. It doesn't matter whether you're male or female or however you identify. We wear makeup when we feel like it. I just heard the word is wardrobe. You may want to change your wardrobe. You may want to invest in different types of clothing and things like that. You have the Queen of Pentacles. Exactly. Like I said, you want to make sure that you're taking care of yourself. You want to make sure that you establish your routines. Look at that. The Queen of Water. I like to call her the Queen of Water. But really she's the Queen of Cups. I feel like with these two queens coming out, as well as the Empress card, it's almost one of those things where you're learning how to build yourself back up. You're learning how to build yourself you're working on yourself. Like I'm seeing someone that's like, you know what? I've been through so much disappointment. I've been through so much lack. I've been through so much scarcity that the only way out I see is to take care of myself. Spirit is drawing your attention to taking care of yourself, to eating the right foods, to being around the right people, and to just let your gifts show and shine, because that's how you're going to make it. That's how things change around for you. That is what unlocks the doors. The doors unlock when you decide to make yourself a priority. And then you also have the King of Pentacles here. It's so funny that these two have been coming out as a pair recently. The King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles have been coming out in a strong pair. And the fact that they've been coming out together, this lets me know that this is team building. It gives me like power couple vibes is what it gives me. You have the Moon card here as well as the Strength card. And you have the 10 of Pentacles, like I said. It's so interesting because I feel like the fact that you have the 7 of Wands, the Strength, the Moon, and you have the King of Pentacles, of course, and then you have the Queen of... Okay, so basically with these cards coming out or came out, I feel like there's one of these things where there's obviously like some frustrations, but there are some frustrations like around money, resources, time, energy. There were just so many things. It could be your day-to-day routine. I do feel like what Spirit is wanting you to do is that they're wanting you to think about your routine, think about what's happening in your personal life, think about what's happening at home behind the scenes that you feel is prohibiting you from making more money, from making more, I don't want to say income, but from receiving more offerings that sustain you. And Spirit is saying is that I want you to tweak your routine to ensure that it allows you the room to not just grow, but to take care of yourself, to take care of your body, to take care of your needs, right? Because when you take care of yourself, when you invest in yourself, it reflects in your work. It's shown in the things that you do, and people can feel that and people can see that. So I do feel that this is the time for you to really start to think about what helps you to feel emotionally vibrant, to feel emotionally strong, to feel your best. The fact that the Strength card is coming out here, I don't see this as just like spiritual strength. But actually, I do see this as spiritual strength, but I also see this as what makes you feel replenished. Like what feeds your spirit? What feeds your soul? Is it compassion? Is it softness? How can you take care of yourself? Because when you take care of yourself, your physical body, everything comes back into alignment. And what I'm seeing here is that the key to unlock success or to unlock the funds or to unlock the wealth is by you aligning with yourself, you taking care of yourself so that you can become more in alignment. And when you are in alignment, that's when things start to they start to change. I do feel like the fact that you have the 10 of Pentacles here, you are definitely building something, and it is inevitable for you to build that thing. The fact that you do have the heart card here with the Liniment deck, this is pointing to something that you are putting your whole heart into. It's one of these things where the way to unlocking it is through love, is through commitment, is through allowing yourself to, oh, look at that, a house. You have a house here. I love that. So this is home. Oh my goodness, you have the heart again. I know y'all saw that. You have the heart again, and then you also have the dice, and you have commitment. Stop it. And you have the well. Do I need to shuffle more? Probably not. Am I going to? Probably. Okay, so I got one more here in the ship. So this basically makes me feel like with these coming out, with the fact that you got the 2 hearts to come out, right? Because I took 2 liniment decks and I smashed them together because I feel like, for one, the deck was just super, it was just super small. I didn't like it like that because I'm used to carrying or shuffling a substantial amount of cards. So I ended up just kind of putting them both together. So you may see double cards, which amplifies the energy of whatever that card carries. So the fact that you do have here the 2 hearts here, this to me is a double emphasis on love, on the things that you love to do, on the things that you truly feel in alignment with. But also, this is whatever. This is the key to unlocking. Like, your heart is the key, but also something unlocks your heart. Like, that's what I'm hearing. I also do feel here that Spirit is wanting you to take a chance. Like, the chance that you're taking is to get out there. The ship is coming up as you getting yourself out there, you showing up. You may be traveling, or I just heard like a remote job, or like your job may require you to travel. That's a really big thing for you, because when you do that, when you travel, you get to explore the world, but then you also learn more about yourself. You learn more about your environment. You learn more about people. So there's this aspect of traveling, which can then heighten your heart space. And then you can see, okay, what is it that I'm truly deciding to be committed to? And how can I take care of myself to help better my chances, right? Because the dice here does point to chance. So what can I do that will help me to increase my chances of success, of vibrancy, of resources? And I feel like it's really about you I'm not going to shuffle these. I'm not going to throw these yet. It's all about you doing what you must do to get yourself out there, to take care of yourself. Also, allow people to come in and help you. If you are in your divine feminine energy, be in your divine feminine energy. Let divine masculine be in divine masculine's energy. Please and thank you. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I do see that there's something that's coming together. I really feel like what else is unlocking is like boss mode. Like, you're unlocking another level of boss mode. But this time you're not doing it through like forcing it. This time you're doing it, for some of you, you may have been forceful. And you may not have been forcing people, but for some of you, the force looks like you constantly trying to do it a certain way. I do see the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles saying, how can I change up what I do? How can I change up what I do? Ambition, I see it. I see it. Ambition. That makes a lot of sense for this reading. And it's so, can you guys see that? Can you see this? I'm so sorry if you can't. So I feel like, let me zoom out. Could that be the issue? I'm not sure, but I'm not going to force it. So basically, I feel like the fact that you know what? Ambition. The fact that you have the well here, the well points to the things that we wish for, the things that we hope for. But more importantly, to go a little bit deeper, even though you're not really not supposed to, but I don't like to go too deep into the liniment deck, because usually the liniment deck is what it is, right? The liniment deck says, I am literal. This is literally what is going on. Like, it can definitely be literal. At times, I will 100% take it as symbolic. So in this instance, I want to go a little bit deeper into the symbolism of a well very quickly. basically. When you think about a well, think about water that is within this space. So when you put this bucket down, you dip it into the darkness and then you come up with this water, right? That's the power of a well. You look into the darkness, but when you look into the darkness, what you're really thinking about is what comes up for you is what is within you. And then what comes up with that, or what comes with that, is you asking yourself, what do I want? Why do I want this? Is this really replenishing me? Will my well run dry? Will water ever be filled back up in this place? And if so, why? Right? Like, there's just so many questions that you may ask yourself. There's so many things that may come up as you peer into this darkness. It's not anything wrong, and it's not anything evil, but it's more so a question as to, why do I want this? What is my deepest, darkest want and desire, and why do I want this? And will I receive fulfillment with this? If I did nothing else and I was only left with this one thing, what would I be left with? And whatever this want and this wish is, Spirit is asking for you to take a chance on that and to become committed to that, because there's nothing wrong. You can have this, and you can have that, and you can have that, because at some point they're going to merge and bend together, right? Not in a sense of like an entanglement, but more so in a sense of like divine order and like divine union, right? So I do see divine union. If you're in a relationship, then this looks like you doing things with your partner. Some things, this looks like you coming together to build your own empire separately, and then coming together to build one together. And it really does feel that way. Or maybe you're studying something together. Whenever you look at the king and the queens, the king and queens, they've mastered something. But it did not come without study. So you may be called to study and research certain things. You may be called, oh wow, beauty. Exactly. You have beauty here. I didn't even see that. And you also have nurture. I love this. And creative spark and transformation. So basically that is definitely what I'm seeing. I'm going to flip this card over and see new beginnings. That makes a lot of sense. Okay, you have ambition, you have beauty, you have nurture, you have creative spark, you have transformation, and you have new beginnings. The reason why I love to see this for y'all, or for you, whoever's listening to this, is because when you start to take the time out to focus on yourself, I don't know why this is giving me glamour magic energy, like glamour magic energy, green candle energy, pink candle energy. I have some available as well, by the way. They are in the Ethereum. If you guys need any of that, let me know down in the comment section, or just visit me online. I'll let you guys know, but I don't want to force anything on you. I do feel like the fact that you do have the nurture here, and beauty, and ambition, and creativity, I feel like the more time that you spend with yourself, the more time you spend committed to bettering yourself, whether it be upping your look, whether it be, investing in a new wardrobe, because I did hear that earlier, investing in a new wardrobe, not because you feel that you have to be a certain way, but because it's just simply a part of what you're here to do, right? When you start to invest in yourself and really put your money and your investments and your time and your energy into clothes, into things and foods that really do align with you, it'll start to show from the inside out. And that is also a key to unlocking your best life. Like, that's what Spirit is saying for you. I do feel that this right now, Spirit is saying the words, a clean slate. This is a clean slate of energy that you have to start to really get yourself together. Really ask yourself, what do I want to do? Take yourself seriously. Take yourself seriously without overdoing it. Stick to what you love. Stick to what you want to do. This is a new beginning. This is where you can write those intentions down. You can work your magic and your ceremony and your ritual. Sometimes my rituals are a bit more elaborate, so I can't really tell you exactly what to do, but I can give you like a generalized idea of how to work your magic and how to do your ritual to help you. Because to be quite honest, I'm not really sure what your beliefs are, or what your spiritual beliefs are, or even if you have any. Maybe you're just someone here who's kind of like listening in and like, I don't really know. I just kind of want to get my feet wet, right? That could be you. Or you could be someone who's a lot more rigorous with their routine. I just heard the word neglected. I feel like the Empress feels a little bit more neglected. And I feel like the reason is because that energy has been nurturing a lot more. I do feel that energy says, I need more nurturing right now. I need something for me. I need something done for me. Maybe you want to go get a pedicure or a manicure or whatever it may be. Maybe you want to have just like your regular, your natural nails or whatever. But there's something about cleaning up the diet, cleaning up your clothes, changing up your routine when it comes to like showering and changing up your hairstyle and things like that. Just being unafraid and saying, I am worth investing in. If I had to give you a sacred text prompt, because I like to call them sacred text prompts and not always like journal prompts. If you were going to write down your sacred text prompts, the question that I would ask you is, how can I show up for myself? Why do I believe that I am not worth investing in? If you do have that belief, by the way, how can I invest in myself? What foods help me to feel more vibrant? What can I invest in to help me to improve my health or something like that? These are questions that I would ask. Spirit, can you please tell me whatever energy we need right now? Okay. It looks like you have here, I'm seeing 52. I'm noticing a number 5252. 77 is here. 11 is here. You have 777. Some of you have been seeing 777 a lot. You've been seeing 555 a lot. So it's been 77755 or 555. You may have been seeing 1212. What is this? Okay. There's something significant about the number 5 and like a number 2. There's something happening in pairs, like in groups. Some of you may have felt isolated and you're looking for like the right group. Some of you want to really okay, so your beauty, what I'm hearing is that your beauty must be spiritual. In order for you to feel beautiful, you would have to tap into your spiritual self. Your beauty comes from your spirituality and how you commune with spirit. That is where the beauty for you comes from. It's not to say that you're not aesthetically pleasing. I'm not here to judge that. I can give a rat's ass about how you look. I don't care. What I care about is, how do you feel spiritually, emotionally, physically, meaning your health? That is what Nuna cares about. Nuna doesn't care about how you look. Nuna cares about those things. Spirits, even though I am not spirit for you, right? Your spiritual team cares about how you feel energetically. That's what they're wanting you to focus on here. That's where the beauty comes from. I also do feel that someone is going to have a breakthrough when it comes to like self-sabotage, like how they believe or like how they perceive themselves. Someone may have felt like they weren't good enough. Some people may have felt like just who they were, maybe physically speaking or whatever else, may not have been, they may not have looked good enough according to like their peers or, society, or maybe early on. And I know that I can also speak to this. Maybe early on in your early life, you were taught that you just didn't have beauty, and because of that, you weren't valuable enough. Like the Empress card is going through, the Empress is going through it, man. Like she's going through it. That energy's going through it. But I do feel the fact that you do have here transformation. You have the 5 dice or the 5 die sitting on top of that, and then you have the 1 next to that. I do feel that there is something that you are more than likely going to initiate. The first thing that you are initiating here is getting yourself out of this belief, out of these toxic beliefs. And then from there, that's when things are going to start changing, and people are going to feel that. They're going to see it. They are going to see it. Okay? I want to empower you and let you know that you can do this, that there is nothing wrong with you, that you are a spiritual badass and you got this shit in the bag. And I don't mean to call it shit like it's just nothing. I don't mean to call it that, but I'm saying to you now that you have life. You are life, and you are so significant and so important. And now the world is about to see you. It doesn't make you any more significant. It just means that you're now showing your significance to the world. You are so brilliant. And now you're going to share your brilliance with the world, with your soul group, whether it be with a small group of people, whether it be with your, at work, maybe it's going to be with your partner, whatever this is, you're opening yourself up to allow yourself to be loved, to be healed, to be nurtured, to nurture. You are safe to nurture. You are safe to heal. You are safe to be nurtured. You are safe to receive. You are safe to invest in. And that is what is unlocking for you. Safety, love, beauty, money, resources, a team, the release of self-sabotage, the release of these negative beliefs about yourself. These are all things that are unlocking for you right now. And also, Spirit just said your heart is the key. I love you. Thank you so very much for spending time with me here today. If you need anything from me, please feel free to visit me online over at thesayonanpath.org. If you want to, you guys can follow along with me on Instagram over at thesayonanpath. That is where the heart of my work will live moving forward. I am not sure if I'm going to be posting on at Magic of Eden anymore. I'm going to follow Spirit's guidance. Also, you guys know that I am a writer. I am a poet who merges the arts of poetry and magic. Having said that, my book is available on the Saiyonan archives as well as Amazon, and wherever else books are sold online. That is essentially where you can find this book. This book is called The Magic of Healing, Merging Poetry and Witchcraft. I am tasked with doing something very special for the community, for the collective, for the world, and I'm going to follow that. So I want you guys to take a moment to consider reading my poetry. It's going to be a very long journey with my poetry, and I'm super proud and glad and excited to share that with you all. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your energy. Thank you for allowing me to pour into you. I love you, and I'll catch you in my next video.